Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Farm Talk Friday. It is January 5th, 2024.
It is.
First
it's a new
time,
year.
First time.
Well, according to this calendar.
Well, Happy New Year to everyone. I used to do every New Year's Eve.
Somewhere.
Like on stage somewhere in different towns. So it's nice to spend New Year's. It's nice to spend New Year's Eve in your hometown. There was a great gathering of our local community. It was so much more fun than I expected, and we had a great time.
You just mean the home you live in, not because hometown's Vegas.
Well, isn't this my hometown now?
I don't know. Does it work like that?
I don't know how
What
that
do you
works.
think, Hope?
Okay, maybe next year we're going to spend it in Vegas.
Okay, who knows? Ken misses fireworks, he said.
I want fireworks. Okay, yes, listen. So, I'm Ken Jordan. This is my beautiful wife, Giovanna. This is Farm Talk Friday. We do it every Friday, more or less. We're here on our tiny little permaculture farm. That's one of our chicken tractors right there. I don't know where the other
That's
one
an
is.
igloo. Well, maybe it's behind my hat this way.
Yeah.
Well, you can kind of see it over there.
And, we're growing perennials, and we've got fruit coming off of trees, and
Lots of medicine.
and a lot of eggs with just 4 chickens. Well, it's a lot for us anyway.
Yeah, we can't keep up with the amount of eggs we have.
And we're practicing permaculture principles, and we'll go over them from time to time. This is also our diary. I used to be in a band called The Crystal Method. My wife has an amazing nonprofit called Green Wave. You can check them out at greenwave.eco. And let's get into what's going on this week. Giovanna always makes a really beautiful advertisement for each Farm Talk Friday, and I think we had some of those beans in it there, yeah?
We did. So I think the last Farm Talk Friday we showed you, I forgot my show and tells for today.
Oh no.
That's okay. But anyway, we had the Conavalia bean, and I think that we showed like the pod, and it's big and it's hard. And so I had to process those. And so the picture of this week's advertisement was me done, or in process of the Conavalia beans. And then Ken realized that I made a mistake on it. And so he reposted the original one, but with like a corrected time. But I chose a picture of the Conavalia beans being fully processed and in a bowl, like a full bowl. And so that became the second advertisement.
Ah, okay.
That Ken didn't know about because I only posted about it on my page earlier today.
Okay, great.
We haven't made anything with the Conavalia beans yet. And in last week's episode, we said that we know that they're considered mildly toxic, but it's thought that you can kind of cook it out, boil it out. So we're gonna cross our fingers, boil them, eat them as beans, or turn them into hummus, because we know that we have somebody else in the area that makes a hummus out of those beans. And hopefully we'll be back for the Farm Talk Friday following that Conavalia eating.
Absolutely.
Because if not, then it didn't work, and you should avoid eating those beans.
So we are coming into dry season now, high season in this area, tourist-wise, and we're getting a lot of Guanabana. Guanabana is soursop.
Hawaii and Florida grow them.
Yeah, we're harvesting our Rosa de Jamaica, and we've got a lot of citrus on the trees, yeah? What else have we got going on?
A lot of citrus. We had a bunch of water apples coming in, and we went to San Diego. We were only gone for 5 days, and we came back, and there was not a single bloom left on the tree. It was already it wasn't just oh yay, it's blooming and we should have fruit. It's I saw the fruits coming in, not a single trace of anything. So I don't know if it was birds or workers or what, but maybe a combo of the two, maybe only birds. But there was nothing left. And then we had a bread nut coming in, and I was so excited for it because they're like chestnuts, and you know, like when I was excited for it and when I knew it should be ripe, it was still holiday season time, so like roasting chestnuts, you know. And I go out there and I'm looking for it, and I ask our worker, I'm like, oh, it looks like it fell, like where is it? He's like, oh, I think, you know, an animal got it. So this particular tree, it's almost like too high up to even like get it ourselves. And it's one of those ones where it's kind of better to like wait for it to drop anyway. And I saw the remnants of it, like the core of it, like across the path. I was like, okay, well, you know, and Ken's favorite little pakabutt agoutis, I think, got it.
Yeah. The cutest little giant rodent in the world.
Things.
Okay, honey, tell me what's happening with a whole bunch of lipstick trees.
Yeah, so lipstick tree is, we call it Achiote down here. It also has some other names like Brixolia or something, and Anato is another word. And Anato, I guess the extract is used for American cheddar cheese, like faked, like American cheese is not real cheese, right? But that color that they get is from using a little bit of Anato seed, extract from it. So you can make lipstick from it. I saw a video on that, and that was very interesting, and it made me actually want to do it. I don't know how motivated I am. I think I might need some water.
Okay. Keep going.
Sorry, guys. I'm just getting my voice back. I don't know if I can go.
Okay, I'm coming.
Yay. What do people do on like news stations if they have to cough? They like cut and then they...
Well, I think
how does that work?
They just cough once, but if they cough too many times, they'll say, all right, we're going to throw it back to something or go to a commercial break. But we're live on Facebook and we can't go to a commercial break. So.
Right. So this is how you know it's real.
Okay, so
it's real. That's a song you have, right?
Achiotes are, they look like...
They look like
the, you know, the...
lychees. Or the coronavirus.
Or the...
computer-generated image of the...
Yeah. So they're bright red and they've got the spiky thingies.
Yeah, and so some people, if they're familiar with lychees, we call them like mamones down here. What's the other? There's one more word.
Hope said they use a cough button. We have it. There is a cough. There's a cough button on radio.
You're serious?
On radio, there's a cough button.
There is.
And then mute your mic for a second. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
For as long as you hold it down.
We need a cough button. Well, you know, usually I'm not coughing.
Yeah.
But what's the other thing that we call? We buy them. We have one of these trees, but we buy them. The other thing that looks like a natto, that's a fruit, that is like a lychee.
The mamoncino?
Mamoncino. So for
mamones. Yeah.
But mamones are green.
Mamoncino looks like the same as achiotes.
Yeah, so for people that are from here, but they're not like really farming, they get confused. They don't, they might look at the achiote and be like, oh, you have mamoncino. I'm like, no, that's achiote. And then they're like, oh, that's achiote. And they know that word, but like it can be confusing. But anyway, so there's a bunch of seeds in it, and you can make like this achiote or annatto water, and then you can also make like an oil out of it. And some people use it as, what do they use it as? Just like coloring for rice. Like if you wanted to look a different color. I love how my mascara is totally. Yay, Facebook Live. But there's like health benefits to ingesting it as well. And then, you can use it as makeup, so not just lipstick, but you can like make cool designs on your face. You can smear it all over your body and it acts as a sunscreen. So maybe even a hair dye. I haven't thought about that before. So I harvested a bunch of those the other day, and I finished that today in preparation for Farm Talk Friday, and I'm super proud. And I filled like a little jar, and I was going to show you the beautiful color, and it's not here. So I'll take a picture of it, and then maybe on Farm Talk Friday we'll have a show and tell of like the final products that I created out of the lipstick tree.
All right. And one of my favorite subjects, ants.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, and one of Ken's favorite words is abundance.
You notice I didn't use that.
Yeah, I did notice. But I did it to tease you that we should always talk about our abundance here on the farm. And I think we have an abundance of ants.
We do have an abundance of ants.
And like
We are ready to give away all of our ants. We have such an abundance.
Yeah. You guys need some ants? We have some. Especially the black ants right now are out. And these are fire ants. And we don't go out of our way to kill them. We're not spraying poison in our house. We do have a tobacco spray, which is...
We don't spray poison anywhere, but we do use tobacco and diatomaceous earth to deter them.
But anyway, there's just so many. I was thinking earlier, I'm like, they didn't make the biblical plague list. But I'm starting to feel like maybe they should, if there was a Bible that was written here, I would say that they would make that list. Like they're all over the place. Our poor little girls out here. I went to go check on them one day, and I'm like, why aren't you guys eating your food? Or why aren't you girls eating your food? And I saw that it was, the ants were taking over it, and it was too many ants for them to deal with. They just didn't want to bother with it, and so we had to take some precautions, some action on behalf of our girls, and we did some diatomaceous earth around the things. And I know, poor chickens. I don't know. I mean, the peppermint oil could work. But it's like when they're in the house, like they're just. I mean, they could create a line, but we know how to take care of things in a way typically where they're not going to start to make a line. So they just happen to be, at this moment in time, all over the place. But they're like kind of one here, one over there. And, I would have to add maybe the peppermint oil to our vinegar because we only clean the house with water and vinegar. So maybe I could add some peppermint oil to that. And then maybe that would help alleviate them from all surfaces, because I definitely don't want to add the tobacco to our cleaning vinegar spray, So good idea. Thank you for that. Other abundance that we have here is medicine. So, Ken's like, what do we have to eat? And I'm like, well, I don't know. There's not like a lot of fruit popping right now. I think that's all coming in, a few weeks. Like mangoes and, bananas have been consistent for us, which has been really cool. But medicine, we got lots of medicine. Like we're at the point where I'm going to contact a group that I'm on called like Healing Witches and just be like, hey girls, if you ever want to come over here, I got lots of bitters, different kinds of bitters. And here's the list of what we have. And then also send that to our community and, they can harvest.
Back to the bananas. I have this dream for us to never buy bananas, and it's been going pretty good for months now.
Yeah,
so,
it is working out pretty good.
Right as we're about to run out of the ones I froze, we get another clump, what do you call it?
Banana clump, I think.
Something. Stem. A stem, I don't know.
No, I think they're called banana clumps. Right. Anyway, we got some cool ones the other day that were kind of like straight.
Yeah, they looked a little distressed.
Distressed? No, they were delicious.
Adriana said they looked like malformed quadrata.
No, they were fine. They were okay. I mean, sometimes when
they tasted good.
Yeah, I thought they were called like Philippa or...
Oh, maybe they are.
I think they're a type.
We've grown those before that look just like that every time, so I think they're a type.
Yeah, I think they're just a type, and I really like these bananas. I knew what they were, and I was excited. I'm like, oh, yay, you guys are back. So, some on that clump, like, were malformed, and that can be kind of typical. They don't all turn out like these perfect ones that you sometimes buy at the store. Which something's happening with that, right?
Yeah, so the banana that everyone in the civilized world, everyone in first world countries eats the same exact type of banana. It's called a Cavendish banana, and it was named from a British guy who found it or who crossbred it. Yeah, it was a British guy, and it's
so the banana wars were. I thought the banana wars had to do with like American businessmen.
I don't know. This Cavendish banana is, but so, anyways, let's go on with that. And so that's been the main banana that everyone's eaten for quite a while, but not forever. So back when Costa Rica was doing big business, they had another one. It was called like Big Mike or something like that.
Okay.
So Cavendish may have been around for like maybe 40 years or something, but now that one has some plague that they can't seem to fight.
Is it black ants?
I don't know. Something else. And so there's probably going to be a new banana that probably looks similar and tastes similar.
Well, new to you guys who have to buy them at the store and can grow your own, but it probably exists. Maybe we have it. We should find out.
Yeah. But here in Costa Rica, we grow many types of bananas, and they're all delicious in their own way and used for different things.
We should make a list of the different kinds of bananas that we have.
Yeah, okay.
I know right off the top we have red Caribbean ones, the Philippa or something ones. We have apple bananas. We have blue Java bananas.
Cuadrados.
We have cuadrados. That's
Platanos.
Platanos. There's probably different types of platanos.
And then do we still have the 1,000-finger one?
Yeah, 1,000-finger bananas. And then we have, I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, at least 7. We have at least 7 different types here. So I know. I hope. She's like, what you eating? A Big Mike? Sorry. I know. We have like these mango trees. And one's called a Tommy mango. One's called a Molly mango. Julie mango. And sometimes I'm giving people a tour, and I'm like, and this is Tommy mango, and this is. I want to call it Molly mango, Julie mango. I never call it Molly mango when I'm giving the tour, but and then people are like, "Oh, you named them." I'm like, "No, that's their name. I don't know who named them." So, anyway, what else do we have?
Katuk and Chaya?
Yeah. So, the Chaya, we have a lot of Chaya.
Chaya is our perennial leafy green that we use as spinach, and grows year-round. You have to boil it for a little while. It's delicious.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of it.
Yeah.
Easy to grow, super easy.
I mean, but to go back to like why people call it like an alternative spinach, do you think that's because people used to eat spinach mostly cooked?
Well, I don't know. I just consider it a dark leafy green. What else would you could say it's...
But why don't we say like, oh, it's an alternative kale, or you know what I mean? Like,
I guess
why
it would be closer to an alternative colored green. That would be the closest, I think.
Yeah, except Chaya's a thin leaf. But as far as collard greens needing to, well, I think they're better cooked. They're softer for sure. Remember that place in LA that used to make burritos out of collard greens?
Great.
Yeah, that was really good.
They made wraps.
Wraps. Yeah, burritos, wraps. Okay, so anyway, so we have a ton of Chaya, and so in our desire to be food secure, or what some people call like a self-reliance garden and food forest, I was like, oh yeah, we're good on Chaya. We're good. We can go. We even talked about like a few episodes back, like, hey, maybe for a couple weeks we'll just see if we can live off the land. And remember that? So I started thinking recently as I was, I walk around and I'm doing stuff outside at least once a day. And I started looking at the Chaya, and the Chaya gets that shrunken head thing that kind of the papaya sometimes get. But what it is that the Chaya during the summer, our summer is now, when it's hot, like not only do the big leaves start to kind of like wilt and fall off if you don't harvest them, the new leaves that are coming out are super small. And then we don't really have chaya. We have a ton of plants that are not edible in the way that we need them to be. So I started to realize that we need to have a harvesting period. So maybe like November should be like when they're kind of at their fullest, like right before the season turns, because it freezes well.
Harvest and freeze, yeah.
Yeah, because we can still go harvesting now, and I think we should soon. But yeah, if we don't do it in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna miss this opportunity.
Let's do it.
A lot of farming is timing.
Yeah. And then Katuk.
Yeah, Katuk was. A few weeks back, we had a community market.
Katuk is our also perennial leafy green, has a nutty flavor. It's delicious raw, and you can also cook it. My preference is raw.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I like it both ways, and I also like it as Katuk chips, which is dehydrated chips with a little bit of oil and salt. So for this particular farmer's market that we had, or community market, it was like a holiday gift market at Wonderland, which is part of like the larger farm community that we're part of. I had the Permaculture Party Club kids, Mason and Jeremy. I said, hey, you have this opportunity to show up and represent Permaculture Party Club, and you can even make some money. They were like, okay, we're in. And so we decided for them, like, what's your product? And it was Katuk chips. Mason really liked Katuk, and Jeremy doesn't like it as much, but he understood that it was going to be easy, to do this process. Like I trained them how to make the Katuk chips and told them I would give them the Katuk for free. They didn't have to compensate us with money. But I was like, hey, what are you guys going to do for me? Because I'm doing these things for you. They're like, oh, well, for Permaculture Party Club, we'll give some farm tours. I'm like, that's what I wanted to hear. Good job, guys. You're learning. So anyway, so they went, they sold the Katuk chips, and they made some money, and they were pretty stoked about it.
Yeah.
But they had this, kind of like a complaint later, like, oh, well, I think next time we want to do something easier that people understand. And we had to like explain what Katuk chips were, and if only we had bananas or
next time dehydrated banana chips.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that like I think that it's a great opportunity.
Well, it's an educational product to sell.
It's an educational product, but like, who else has Katuk chips? Nobody else had Katuk chips at that market, and nobody else has them at any market. That's
next time do them with the tahini. It'll be different.
No, but their whole thing was like, nobody knows what Katuk is, and we have to explain to them like the health benefits and all of that. But
we'll make a board that explains it.
No, we did have that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had all of that. Their complaint was just bananas would have been easier, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to say on camera, in case they watch, because sometimes they do, that you can have the advantage by being the only person in the market, literally in the market, with that product.
Definitely, for sure.
And they were giving out free samples, and it was delicious. So they made money. I think that it was just painful to them that it was also painful to them because they kind of took it personally. I'm not a salesperson either, so I understand. But they didn't realize, like, oh, maybe this is just because you're not supposed to be a salesperson later in life,
Yeah.
But they were like, people would say that they were going to come back, and then they didn't. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, such is the way it goes with the selling of things.
When does Permaculture Party Club start up again?
Start up again next week. We're going to do it. And we're starting to open it up to the public as well.
Next Tuesday. Come on down.
Come on down. And I'm actually going to start doing like a 1-hour yoga class in advance of the Permaculture Party Club.
All right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
More details on that later. Chanti, yeah, sales.
Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Happy Friday.
And Happy New Year. See you next week on Farm Talk Friday.